The GBN Luncheon News for today, Wednesday, April 29th, 2026. Coming up in the news, Minister for Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation announces housing, financial literacy and physical development. And Grammy-winning songwriter leads creative masterclass in Grenada. Regionally, man in Antigua and Barbuda arrested for bomb threat at police headquarters. Internationally, U.S. forces board ship suspected of heading to Iran port. And in sports, GFA launches grassroots development for girls football. The first segment comes to you compliments Bryden and Miners.
Fire up the coals, bring the flavor. It's time to crown the King of the Grill. Maggie King of the Grill 2026 is calling you. Think you got the creativity, the skills, and the fire to rule the grill? This is the ultimate showdown for chefs, backyard masters, and the food lovers alike. Step up, show your talent, and claim your spot among the best. With over $5,000 in cash and prizes to be won, the stakes has never been hotter. Happening Saturday, May the 30th. Register now. Call or WhatsApp 407-8458. But hurry, registration closed April the 30th. Don't wait, bring your...
I'm Diedra Sealey with the details. The government says post-Hurricane Beryl recovery efforts continue to gain momentum across the country. Speaking at today's post-cabinet briefing, Minister for Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, Andy Williams, reported that 490 homes have been completed, with 53 repaired and another 60 currently under construction. As the program enters its next phase, the Ministry of Housing is set to take the lead.
Going forward, the Ministry of Housing, MIT, assumed the lead role in housing development, maintenance, and long-term housing policy implementation. This transition ensures continuity, institutional strengthening, and a structured next phase of national housing development.
Also at the press briefing, Larry Barry, advisor to the ministry, provided details about the government's second financial management and literacy campaign. The first of 11 sessions will start today at 5 p.m. at the Anglican Pastoral Center in Guelph, St. John, and continue tomorrow at the St. Mark's Secondary School before continuing around the country over the next 2 weeks. During the sessions, attendees will be introduced to new housing options under Project 500.
In these 11 financial literacy campaigns that we roll out, including this evening, we would have the presentation of PART, or Partnership for Affordable Housing, which the Minister likes to call Build Back Better 2.0, the commercial option. And we would have SHAPE, and SHAPE refers to securing housing access that's progressive and expandable. We have 2 additional housing options under Project 500, a housing solution for at least 80,000 and one that ranges between 152,000 to 220,000, in addition to the options you've seen that already established in Dunfermline.
Meanwhile, plans are also advancing to upgrade the St. George's waterfront through the Kirani James Boulevard, including a proposed boardwalk, vending spaces, and a monument of the Olympic champion. The minister also said that cleanup efforts are expanding under the derelict vehicle removal program, with more than 1,600 vehicles already cleared and hundreds more identified. Authorities are also exploring the export of processed metal and partnering with the T.A. Marichaud Community College to train young people in the mechanical and automation fields. The Grenada Office of Creative Affairs has successfully concluded The Right Track, a 2-day songwriting masterclass led by Grammy Award-winning songwriter Hailey Alexander. Alexander, a member of UK-based group Western, worked with both experienced and emerging writers through hands-on sessions. Alexander, who has Grenadian roots, described the experience as a meaningful opportunity to contribute to the island's creative sector.
It was my first time doing something like this. It was a great experience, sharing my knowledge and experiences as a songwriter and just sharing it with people, giving them wisdom. They seemed to have fun. I hope that they learned something and can just use that information with their own careers too. I've been here, I love the island, and I've got a lot of family over here. I have a real bond with this island, you know, so it's only right that I connected with what I do as a career over here. It's always something that I wanted to do, so I felt like nothing happens before its time, so this was the right time to do it.
Participants also co-wrote and recorded an original song during the workshop. Participant Keturah George said the training provided several techniques that she will use in future projects.
This workshop, I have learned a lot. As everyone knows, Keturah George does not write. So this was an eye-opener for me, and I learned a lot. Some tools that I can use, I'll say cheat codes, that hopefully soon you'll be getting something from Keturah George written or halfway written by her. And Hailey Alexander and Goka, this was a wonderful opportunity. Thank you so very much.
The masterclass is part of continued efforts to build capacity within the creative industries. Goka encourages creatives to take advantage of future training opportunities in music production, gastronomy, and more. And finally, the Ministry of Education has begun a 2-day training workshop aimed at supporting early career teachers in Carriacou and PT Martinique. The District 1 session brings together educators with 2 years of service or less, along with more experienced teachers, to strengthen classroom skills and the use of technology in teaching. Sessions focused on lesson delivery, classroom management, and teacher well-being, while also introducing participants to digital tools to improve student engagement. District Education Officer Dylan Moses says with more than 30 new teachers now in the system, ongoing training remains a priority. He added that plans for collaboration on sports training are also underway. That concludes our first segment. Regional news is up next. The second segment comes to you compliments Fortune Foods Limited.
Hey everyone, here is an invitation to join me this and every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. on GBN Television 711 K105 FM, our Facebook page and YouTube channel for Kaiso Talk. Meet the Kaisonians, hear their stories, feel the vibes. Kaiso Talk, Wednesdays 8:30 p.m. Compliments for Grenville Credit Union.
Regional news, a man in Antigua and Barbuda has been arrested for a bomb threat at police headquarters. We'll get more details in this OCM report.
Police in Antigua-Barbuda have arrested a 22-year-old man who is alleged to have targeted their headquarters via a bomb threat. Officers attached to the CID task force took the suspect into custody yesterday morning at about 6:15. The threat was later labelled a hoax. However, on Monday, it did trigger major disruptions at the police headquarters. Authorities say a caller claimed an explosive was planted inside the building. There was an immediate evacuation of the building. A full sweep was conducted on the premises. Police say it was a serious matter and all threats to national security must be treated with urgency. This situation came just days before tomorrow's general election. A comprehensive audit is now being conducted at all municipal police stations in Trinidad and Tobago after the killing of Corporal Anuska Eversley. Word of this has come from the head of the Municipal Police Service, Assistant Superintendent Wayne Maistar. On his 5th day in office, ASP Maistar said his focus at this time will be strict supervision and discipline.
A comprehensive audit is taking place, and based on that comprehensive audit, what is being done is necessary at this time so that we can have an idea of what is before us, and from there, we'll take it from there. Well, the municipal police have a specific role as it relates to securing assets within the various cities, boroughs, and municipalities. So we're going to get back to those areas. I expect discipline. I expect stability, the area to be stabilized.
On April 19th, Corporal Eversley was found dead at the headquarters of the municipal police in San Fernando. She was beaten and strangled. Guns and ammunition were taken from the headquarters. Some of them have been found. ASP Meister admitted morale is low within the municipal police service.
Notwithstanding that situation, that is not going to break us. We will continue to provide the necessary security and safety within our jurisdiction. I want to let them know too that under my leadership, I will lead from the front. Whatever needs fixing, we will fix. Whatever needs strengthening, we are going to strengthen. 3
men have been charged in connection with the incidents, among them a police constable. And Guyana's President, Dr. Irfan Ali, has raised concerns with CARICOM Chairman, Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Terence Drew, over Venezuela's actions during recent regional engagements. In a formal letter, President Ali has criticized the display of maps by Venezuela's acting president, Delcy Rodriguez, showing Guyana's Essequibo region as Venezuelan territory. He warned that using CARICOM platforms in this way could be seen as tolerance of a territorial claim which is currently before the International Court of Justice. President Ali stressed in the letter that Guyana's borders were settled by the 1899 Arbitral Award and reaffirmed his country's commitment to a peaceful legal resolution of that dispute. He also reminded regional leaders of their consistent support for Guyana's sovereignty and called for continued vigilance to ensure CARICOM's position is upheld. Well, CARICOM has responded. The regional body reaffirms that while member states have the sovereign right to conduct relations with external partners, they must also uphold their obligations under the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas. CARICOM stressed that community platforms should not be used to advance or appear to legitimize claims currently before the International Court of Justice.
That concludes our regional segment. The second segment came to you compliments Fortune Foods Limited. Stay with us for international news.
Hey everyone, here is an invitation to join me this and every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. on GBN Television 711 K105 FM, our Facebook page and YouTube channel for Kaiso Talk. Meet the Kaisonians, hear their stories, feel the vibes. Kaiso Talk, Wednesdays 8:30 p.m. Compliments for Grenville Credit Union.
Back. In international news, U.S. Marines on Tuesday boarded a commercial ship in the Arabian Sea that was suspected of trying to violate the American blockade of Iranian ports, the U.S. military has said. According to the U.S. Central Command, the MV Blue Star 3 was released by U.S. forces after conducting a search and confirming the ship's voyage would not include an Iranian port call. We'll get more details in this France 24 report.
The U.S. military has released new footage showing Marines on the deck of the MV Blue Star 3. The commercial vessel was intercepted in the Arabian Sea on suspicion of violating the ongoing blockade of Iranian ports. Despite the ship's release following a search, the message rang clear. So far, 39 vessels have been redirected to ensure compliance with the blockade, which Iran's UN ambassador calls unlawful. While the legal battle plays out, the physical reality in the strait is one of total stagnation. Typically, this waterway carries 20% of the world's oil and LNG. Today, a large number of cargo ship tankers sit idle. Despite a fragile ceasefire, the rhetoric from Tehran suggests the peace is paper-thin. In Washington, President Trump maintains the upper hand, stating on Tuesday that Iran is in a state of collapse and is desperate to reopen the strait. For now, the chokehold remains.
Mexico has deployed 4,000 soldiers to the western states of Nayarit and Jalisco after violence erupted on Monday following the capture of Audias Flores Silva, also known as the Gardener, a man believed to be a possible successor to El Mencho, Mexico's most wanted drug lord, who was killed in February. More details in this Al Jazeera report.
Se trata de un operador criminal.
This is a highly relevant criminal operator who, for over 2 decades, consolidated a regional structure capable of coordinating the production and shipment of drugs, of supervising methamphetamines labs, and controlling the routes of distribution of drugs abroad.
The U.S. had a $5 million bounty on his head and is seeking his extradition. No shots were fired during the operation, but in the hours after his detention, gunmen set vehicles and businesses ablaze. The scenes echoed the chaos unleashed earlier this year after the killing of his boss, El Mencho. In the 2 decades since Mexico declared war on drug cartels, at least 10 major leaders have been captured or killed. Yet in that time, Mexico has seen violence rise exponentially, disappearances multiply, and drug production expand. President Claudia Sheinbaum has assured Mexicans that her government is in control. But pressure from the United States to keep targeting cartel leaders, the so-called kingpin strategy, has intensified, and Sheinbaum may again turn to an approach that she has previously criticized as ineffective.
That's it for international news. Sports is up next. The Grenada Football Association is partnering with St. David's FC to launch a girls' grassroots program this Saturday at the Las Vegas playing field from 9 a.m. The initiative targets girls aged 5 to 15, offering a structured environment with skill-building drills, small-sided games, and introductory training sessions. Organizers say the program is designed to nurture young talent while fostering a love for the sport at an early age. The initiative forms part of its broader effort to strengthen women's football and build a sustainable pathway for future national players. Now for a recap of today's headlines. Minister for Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation announces housing, financial literacy and physical development projects. And Grammy-winning songwriter leads creative masterclass in Grenada. Regionally, man in Antigua and Barbuda arrested for bomb threat at police headquarters. Internationally, U.S. forces board ship suspected of heading to Iran port. And in sports, GFA launches grassroots development for girls football. On behalf of the entire news team, I am Diedra Sealey, thanking you for joining us.